All right, so I'm interviewing Miss Hughes. And Miss Hughes, what did you do for your ISP?
For my ISP this year, I actually did two. I inherited a high-dollar sewing machine that embroiders, and so it was really cool because one of our previous Phoenix students designed a Phoenix logo, and I was able to take that logo and transfer it to the computer and then transfer it to the sewing machine, and I added the Allen A to it and Phoenix, and embroidered shirts for all of the Phoenix teachers. So that was really cool. And then my second ISP is it's been ongoing. It started last year when I went to a Kickstarter site and was just surfing the site and found a Kickstarter that actually was an Indiegogo, but it showed up on Kickstarter, that was introducing a new type of beehive. And the beehive is such that when you harvest the honey, you don't have to crack the hive. So it was really cool and it intrigued me. So I bought it last year and it shipped to me this spring. So I got it and I put it together, and now I'm just doing more research to make sure that I am ready for the bees and that I introduce them into the hive correctly, and that I just take care of them well. So that's my ISP right now.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pick the bees. Why did you choose to do this ISP?
Because, number one, environmentally, the bees are in trouble, and so I wanted to do what I could for the environment. And my husband loves honey, so that's another benefit, that he'll have honey to enjoy. And I just thought it was a really cool idea, and I've always been interested well, actually my neighbor across the street had bees, and we were buying his honey, and so when the Indiegogo thing came up, I thought, oh, this is such a cool hive, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and try this.
Okay, so you've been a Phoenix teacher for some time, and you've probably seen some pretty cool ISPs. Do you want to talk about any in particular, or?
Sure, I had a student who created her father was in media production, and so she had access to great equipment, and she did a wonderful music video. She's a very talented musician and did a wonderful music video. It had a 40s feel, and it was quite well done. I've had students write novels. I've had them build. One right now this year is building a treehouse, and not like your typical little treehouse. It's a large project that he's working on with his dad. I've had students learn how to sew. I've had a lot of students have taken advantage of online classes through universities. So I have several students taking courses through Duke University and Penn State, and so those are at least 8-week classes, and they have to take notes, they have to take quizzes, they have to document all of that, and then at the end they get a certificate from the university that says they've completed this coursework, and it's a great thing to add to their academic resumes. The sky's really the limit on these. I'm trying to think. Oh, some students have created their own music, and when they do that, they have to actually notate it so that someone else can play it. So I have a student right now who is working on a piece that's so complicated that she's the only one who can play it. So she had to write an accompaniment so that she could show that someone else could read the music that she had written, but she had to write it at a lower level. So there's that. People learn to play instruments. It's just really cool. The idea is that anything that you're not getting from the school system, and you really want to put some time and energy into, is fair game. I have another student who is so excited about her ISP. She created an animation game, and whenever I have students tell me that they're going to do that, I think, well, I know this is a huge undertaking, so be careful about what you bite off. But she actually brought the whole thing to fruition, and it's playable, and it's really cool, and everybody in the class was excited when she presented it. So a lot of different options. Oh, one year a student created a motorized scooter, and he actually brought it to simulation and rode it around all day. So that was cool too.
Okay, so you're a sophomore. You hear about this ISP thing. You see all these awesome things, around. Where do you begin? What do you do to make sure you're not overwhelmed?
Well, one of the things that I've begun doing at the end of the school year is I will go visit with the sophomores and tell them about the project and give them some time that they then have over the summer to start thinking, what do I want to learn about? What do I want to learn about? So I have about a dozen or so juniors that when they come in, they already know what their ISP is. Some of them have already been working on it. A lot of the novels work out that way. But the most important thing to think about as a sophomore is you want to choose something that you're going to be passionate about. Not something that somebody wants you to learn, but something you truly want to learn or you want to extend your learning on. So if you're passionate about gaming or computer programming and you want to take that a step further, that's something you can do. It's really about your choice. What do you want to learn? What do you want to get out of this? And if you're not passionate about it, they tend to implode on you, and it's not a good thing. So just think about it and think about what do you want to how do you want to increase your learning? What do you want to pursue?
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Ms. Hughes.
Oh, of course, you're welcome.